On day 1, I spawned in as a baby diamond enderman. Whoa, I was in the end with a whole crowd of endermen around me.
I brought you into this world to find the ancient diamond.
Ancient diamond? Suddenly, a bunch of pirates entered, and they began to attack against all of the endermen.
If you don't, all hope in the world will be lost.
A pirate captain slowly walked up to where I was at, and he shot at the head enderman. He told me to flee before he was killed.
The diamond enderman be the key to the ancient diamond. I must have ye.
He began to charge at me. I only had 5 hearts. I tried to run away from him, but I ran out of room. Oh no. But suddenly, I teleported. On day 2, I found myself in a large village. I must have teleported from the end all the way to here. I looked around the village, and things seemed to be different about this world. Everything around the village seemed barren and partially flooded. I made my way around it and tried to ask the villagers what was going on. One of them spotted me and said, "The diamond enderman is real! We will be saved!" Save you? What's going on? How am I supposed to save you? Before the villager could answer, a group of skeleton pirates showed up and started to plunder the village. One of them spotted me and called out to the other pirates.
Or if it isn't the diamond enderman, our boss, Captain Octo, will be pleased with us.
I started to run away and try to teleport, but I wasn't able to now. I guess I don't have complete controls over my powers yet. I was able to pick up a block and throw it back at the pirates. Take that! I kept throwing blocks, but there was too many. I had no choice but to run. I made my way out of the village and continued to run until I lost the pirates. I really need to figure out what's going on with this world. I continued to run away from the village. I was still confused as to what was going on in this world and why everyone seemed to know who I was. I ran directly into another strange enderman. This one was floating off the ground, holding a staff. Who are you?
My name is Mysticus. Come with me, young diamond enderman.
I was happy to see him. I followed him to a house that looked like it belonged in the end.
You must find the ancient diamond before Octo does. The diamond is able to grant a single wish to whoever holds it. If Octo gets it, who knows what he will wish for?
I asked Mysticus how I'll ever be able to locate the diamond, and he told me in order to do so, I will need to become much stronger. And first, locate the diamond ender pearl. The diamond ender pearl? But how will I do that? Mysticus dropped me some chorus fruit and told me to eat it. Once I ate it, I teleported a short distance away. Whoa!
Using them should increase your strength.
He told me to go into the world and use my powers to get stronger before returning back to him. I thanked him and headed out. On day 4, I came across a house and watched a player enter. This would be a great time to test out my abilities. I teleported inside and went through his chests. I found myself a set of stone tools and some materials. I teleported out and used the materials to start a house for myself, but quickly ran out. I teleported back into his house and stole more materials. I heard the player coming, so I left.
I could have sworn I just put my sword in here.
I continued to work on my base, using my teleportation ability to easily move around and complete it. Once I was finished, I found a group of sheep and defeated them to gather wool. With the wool, I crafted a bed to sleep in. I was about to go to sleep for the night when I heard screams in the distance. Oh no, I need to go and see what's happening. I teleported towards the noises. On day 5, I arrived at a large coastal village. I spotted a pirate ship nearby and knew that it must be the doing of Octo and his men. I rushed into the town and saw the pirate skeletons were harassing the villagers. Hey, stop! The skeletons turned their attention to me and began to charge at me. I started to use my enderman abilities to pick up blocks and throw them at them again. They were still tough, but with my teleportation abilities under control, I was able to evade their attacks and take them all down. I started to feel different, and I grew into a full-sized enderman. And look, I had 15 hearts. I also noticed that my hearts had become diamond. One of the skeletons dropped a map. It looked like the coordinates to the pirate base. This should come in handy. The villagers started to cheer for me and say the diamond enderman was real. We were cut short by the arrival of Octo, who said,
Diamond enderman, ye will come with me now. I must have that wish. This world will pay for what they've done to me.
Never! We began a fight, and he was still far too strong for me to take on. I had no choice but to run ran away from him again. Man, I wish I could have helped more of those villagers. I returned to Mysticus to show him my new upgrades. I was already starting to feel stronger.
Amazing, Fozo! You're close to finding the Diamond Ender Pearl.
I told him I was still too weak to fight against Octo, though. Mysticus assured me that I will be able to in time.
You have a long way to go, but you are on your way. Here, take this.
He dropped me a strange purple charge. What is this? He told me it was a charge given to the Enderman by their protector.
Before Octo defeated the Ender Dragon, these were used by the Endermen to defend themselves.
I thanked Mysticus and showed him the map the pirate had dropped. He told me this would be a great way to increase my strength. I headed out following the map toward the pirate base.
Grief, I need ye help.
What is it, old friend?
On day 7, I was traveling toward the pirate base when I spotted a village. This one looked as though it was starting to flood as well. I saw villagers chasing a raccoon away. I teleported over and asked them what was going on. This little varmint stole the last of our food.
Hey, I'm starving here, alright?
The villagers and raccoon began to fight, and I broke it up. Listen, buddy, why don't you give their food back, and I'll share mine? The raccoon reluctantly agreed and dropped the crops back to the villager.
The name's Rocky. Not a lot of people stop to talk to me, you know.
He told me that he was used to stealing things from people and getting away with it. You know, I felt a connection to him. Here, have some of these. You'll be sent to my base when you eat it, all right? Rocky thanked me and ate some of my chorus fruit before teleporting away. All right, time to continue on my journey. On day 8, I arrived at the pirate headquarters and saw that it was swarming with skeleton pirates. I used my teleportation abilities to sneak past them and remain undetected until making it to a large ship. On top of the ship, I saw Octo speaking to some of the pirates, and he was giving them orders.
Ye must find the Diamond Enderman. I need that wish to flood this entire world.
Flood the world? That's what his plan is?
The landlubbers will all fall.
I have to stop him before it's too late. I teleported inside and began to search the chests. I found a pirate cutlass, as well as a flintlock pistol. Hey, this should come in handy. I teleported out. Suddenly, it started to rain and ouch! Ah, the rain, it hurts! Aw, man, this place should do. I guess I have to wait this out here for now. I was heading back to my base, teleporting through the world, when I found myself in a strange arena. Inside the arena was a large lobster? Who are you?
Just who I was looking for. Octo is going to be pleased.
The lobster told me that he was going to capture me for the pirate. Over my dead body, buddy.
Excellent. I'm overdue for a good fight.
The lobster began to pound the ground, launching me into the air. It took away some of my hearts, but I had to fight back. I shot the flintlock pistol at him, but barely seemed to scratch him. I started to pick up blocks and throw them at him. The lobster laughed and continued to fight against me. Oh no, I was running out of hearts quickly. I have to get out of here now. I teleported off as fast as I could.
You can't hide from me, Diamond Enderman.
On days 11 to 12, I returned back to base, feeling defeated. I then saw Rocky emerge from my house.
Hey, you know, this place is great. Way better than the woods.
I was happy to see Rocky was here and started to make him a home. It was going to be nice to have some company around. While he built, I teleported around, gathering material. When we finished, I noticed my house is not going to fit my new size. We continued building and expanding my base to accommodate my new upgrades. I started to ask Rocky more about his struggles with this world and how the pirate was affecting him.
Octo has been nothing but horrible to this world. He seems to be wishing destruction on all the land creatures.
I expressed my desire to defeat him, but I was far too weak to take him or his lobster hunter down. Rocky suggested that I try to find some upgrades in the mines. Maybe then I would be able to put up a fight. That's a great idea. I teleported off to find some caves. On days 13 to 14, I headed into a nearby cave to search for any ores to craft myself some upgrades with. And as I traveled deeper inside, I realized that something was wrong. It seemed as though all of the ore was missing. The pirate must be hoarding all of it for himself. As I was getting ready to leave, I heard a strange noise from inside the cave, and I began a search to investigate it. I found a strange Enderman creature. Hey, who are you?
The Diamond Enderman? You are real!
The creature introduced himself as Mixon and said he escaped the destruction of the end from the pirate.
I have been looking for any kind of material in these caves, but all I was able to find was this.
He dropped me a strange looking diamond. Whoa, what is this? Suddenly, I gained 5 hearts. I thanked Mixon for the diamond and offered him a place at my base, but he refused. He said that he would continue to search for anything useful to help me out. Thanks, man. We parted ways, and I headed for the cave exit. I left the cave, and standing waiting for me was Octo himself. I will never let you get to that ancient diamond, okay?
Don't fight, Fozo. Ye are only delaying the inevitable.
Why? Why are you doing this? What did the world ever do to you?
Why? When Kreeft and I were young and ventured on land, all the creatures and villagers shunned us. It wasn't until I gained power and transformed that I earned respect. I had to steal, but the Endermen always beat me with their teleportation. Yar, that's why I destroyed your precious end. Now, you're coming with me.
I'm sorry for the way they treated you, but that doesn't mean that you have to do this. Octo didn't listen to me and began to slash me with his sword. I tried to teleport it away and use the flintlock I acquired, as well as my block throwing abilities, but it seemed futile, as he was fast. He began to summon tentacles in an effort to grab me and capture me. No, get away! I had to teleport. I began to flee to go see Mysticus. On days 17 to 18, I arrived at Mysticus's house and told them how I had suffered another defeat to Octo. Mysticus told me not to worry because eventually I would become far more powerful than he ever was. I showed Mysticus the strange diamond that I was given by Mixon, and he became excited.
You're one step closer to unlocking the Diamond Pearl. I believe there are more of these in the world.
He began to tell me in order to find the pearl, I would have to understand where it came from.
There is a structure in the desert that you must go to and learn more about the full story.
He told me to get a move on because Octo was not going to be waiting for me. I quickly began to teleport off to find this structure. On days 19 to 20, I made my way through the desert when I spotted a large pyramid. This must be the place. Inside, I found a book at the center and began to read from it. Long ago, Endermen defended this temple. They were the guardians of the diamond dimension and the ancient diamond that was held within it. The Endermen shared the wealth from the other side with players and villagers around the world. As time passed, though, greedy players tried to steal the pearl from the Endermen to capture all of the riches from the other side for themselves. Eventually, the Endermen decided it was better to hide the pearl away from the world to preserve the ancient diamond and its powers. Only the diamond Enderman with a pure heart would be able to locate the pearl and once again protect it. The book ended. What does any of this mean? This felt useless. I headed off toward my base. I made my way back into base, and waiting for me was Rocky. He told me that we had run out of chorus fruit and he was starting to starve. We were gonna need a more reliable food source. I went out into the world and began to gather seeds. While I was doing that, Rocky expanded his home. As soon as I got back, Rocky and I began to work on our farm. I told Rocky I was frustrated with all the pressure that seemed to be put onto me. I never asked for this.
You didn't ask for it, but you are probably the only way out of this entire mess.
My raccoon friend was right. I owed it to everyone to stop this pirate. It was the reason I was created. I said goodbye and headed off to talk with Mysticus about what I had learned. On days 24 to 26, I was traveling through the world when I encountered Kreeft again. You again. How did you find me?
I am the greatest tracker in the world. You will never be able to hide from me.
Why? Why do you even work with this pirate? He wants nothing but destruction and to flood the entire world.
He was the only one who cared for me. When the rest of the world turned their backs. Before I gained my powers, all of the creatures shunned me. Most tried to kill me. Not him. He took me in and helped me gain the strength I have now. And I owe him everything.
I'm sorry for the way people treated you, but you shouldn't work with this guy. Kreeft shook his head and told me to come with him or else. I would never go with you. He rushed at me and bashed me with his claws. Ouch. I began a fight with him using everything I had. I could tell with my increased strength, I was putting up more of a fight, but it didn't seem to be enough. I was running out of hearts. I took out the special diamond and suddenly all of my health was restored. Even with these regeneration abilities, I knew I wasn't going to be able to last much longer. He was just too strong. I teleported off.
His base must be this way then.
On days 27 to 29, I arrived at Mysticus' home and quickly told him what I learned from traveling to the temple. I learned nothing about how to obtain the pearl. Mysticus shook his head and then said,
Oh, Diamond Enderman, it's not just the pearl you seek.
He then told me that in order to make it to the Diamond Dimension, I would have to obtain the Diamond Eye of Ender. The Diamond Eye of Ender?
Yes, similar to a regular Eye of Ender, you must combine the Diamond Pearl with a Diamond Blaze Rod.
He told me it was not just an ordinary blaze rod, but the diamond blaze rod from the monstrosity blaze that made its home in the overworld.
He is unlikely to give it up willingly, though. You will have to take it by force.
By force? Is it right to defeat a creature just to save another? Mysticus told me in order to save the world, I would have to make difficult decisions. Oh man, I don't know about this. I left toward the location he gave me though. I have to figure out another way. While I was traveling toward the location, I spotted a village that was partially flooding. It seemed as though Octo was really making an impact all over the world. I decided to stop by the village and see if I could help. The Diamond Enderman! Please! You must help us! Everything is flooding! The villager began to explain that because of the flooding, a lot of their people were starving due to the lack of farmland. I went out into the world and used some of the spare wheat I'd collected from my farm to lure cows back to the village. After that, I built a pen for the cows. I was getting ready to leave when the villagers stopped me.
Thank you, Enderman, for your help. You have no idea the amount that you're doing for this world.
They dropped me an iron chestplate and pants. Wow, hopefully this serves me well. I continued on my journey.
Oh, Diamond Enderman, where are you?
Oh no, this isn't good.
Come out, Diamond Enderman!
On days 33 to 35, I came across a large structure that looked like it was from the Nether. Well, this must be the place. I made my way inside. I came to an open room where I found the large diamond blaze. I told the blaze why I was there and asked him if he would share the rod with me. The blaze didn't say anything back to me and just began to attack. I used my teleportation abilities to avoid some of his attacks and then threw blocks at him from a safe distance. The blaze continued to rush at me and I had no choice but to fight with him up close. Come on, man. Can't we just talk things through? I used the diamond I had to regenerate my hearts again and then began to flee. Oh, man. I felt like a failure. I headed back toward my home. On days 36 to 38, I arrived at my base. No. Why is everything destroyed? What happened? I looked around and saw that Rocky wasn't there either. Rocky! Rocky, where are you?
Bozo!
I'm here.
Oh, thank goodness. He told me while I was gone, Kreeft had come and destroyed our base looking for me. I was happy to see my friend, but told him how terrible I was feeling about everything. I don't know if I can do this.
Hey, listen here. You are the Diamond Enderman. You inspire everyone. It is your destiny to do this, okay? You just need to keep trying.
Yeah, I know. I can't lose hope now, especially while everyone is counting on me. Come on, let's work on our base upgrades. We went to work. We couldn't show any sign of weakness to Octo and Kreeft. After we finished, it was late, so we decided to rest for the night.
Fozo!
I was woken up by the arrival of Mixin at my base. What is it? Did you find another of those special diamonds?
No, but I was able to locate the cave with materials.
Oh, that's great news. I thanked them for the information and headed off to find the cave. I made my way to the cave and saw it was filled with iron ore as well as emeralds. I started to collect the iron. I then used it to finish my iron armor. And look at that. I even had a set of iron tools. After that, I then mined the emeralds. I should take these to the villagers and distribute them. This will be a great way to start getting things back to normal.
Octo is back!
Where be the diamond?
Please leave us alone!
On days 42 to 44, I returned to the village and saw it was attacked. Octo must have been here. I had to teleport inside because the water level was too high. The villagers are all standing on their roofs. The villagers confirmed what I suspected. Octo had come and attacked the entire village looking for something.
We have not lost hope, though. You are still with us.
I was happy that the villagers hadn't lost their spirit. I distributed the emeralds amongst them and then told them where my base was. You guys can go there and make it a new home. The villagers were appreciative of my offer and agreed.
Octo also took something from us.
The villager told me that they had stashed away a special diamond and were saving it for me. I knew where Octo would take the diamond. I headed off toward his base. On days 45 to 47, I made my way to Octo's base. I used my teleportation abilities to sneak past the guards and search the base undetected. I went to several buildings and looked through the chests, but I wasn't able to find anything of use. Finally, I found myself in what appeared to be his treasury, and I began to look through the chests. I found a set of diamond tools, as well as a few spare diamonds. Sick. I opened the final chest and found, yes, it was another one of the special diamonds. I grabbed it, and suddenly I gained 5 more hearts, as well as a new ability. With this, I should hopefully be able to defeat the Blaze. Oh no. I started to hear commotion and saw skeleton pirates entering the room. I quickly teleported out to remain unseen. I heard alarms start to sound at the pirates' base. Oh, they must have discovered something was missing. A group of skeleton pirates started to rush at me, and I used my elevated position and new ability to make quick work of them. I was definitely feeling stronger with my newly acquired diamond upgrades. I was getting ready to leave when I spotted Kreeft.
How's your base, Fozo?
I teleported in front of him and began to fight against him. I could tell that I was seriously starting to deal some damage. My new ability was very strong, and he was starting to grow weak. I think I might be able to defeat him, but I spoke too soon.
Ye stand no chance against us.
They began to fight me together, and I wasn't nearly strong enough to defeat both of them at once. I teleported off to talk with Mysticus.
What did the Diamond Enderman take?
On days 51 to 53, I arrived at Mysticus's house and showed him the new ability I had acquired with the special diamond.
That is excellent news, Fozo.
The Enderman told me he was proud of me and that I was really getting close to unlocking the pearl.
You should be able to acquire the diamond blaze rod now.
You're probably right. I should be able to take him down, no problem. I was conflicted with having to defeat him, but I knew I would have to if it came to it. Goodbye, Mysticus. Thank you.
If he is able to get the blaze rod, I will have to follow him to the pearl.
On days 54 to 56, I returned to the Diamond Blaze's lair. As I approached, the Blaze prepared to attack again. Wait! I want to make a deal with you.
What is it that you seek?
I told the Blaze about Octo and my quest to protect the ancient diamond. Please, would you just be willing to give me one of your diamond blaze rods? This will save the entire world.
What makes you believe I care about the troubles of this world?
The Blaze began to attack me. It was clear he didn't want to help me. I had no choice but to fight him despite how conflicted I felt. My strength had increased since the last time we fought too. His attacks had dealt less damage, and I can tell he was not ready to face me with my new abilities. I teleported close to him and took him down with my pirate cutlass. Yes. With the diamond blaze gone, he left behind the blaze rod I needed. I was so close to finding the ancient diamond. I returned to my base and noticed that the villagers had arrived and got to work making homes. Rocky told me while I was gone, they had arrived and he helped them build houses with Mixon. Mixon had also built himself a home amongst the villagers at my base. I was glad to see that everything was coming together. With all the new faces at my home, I knew that we were gonna need more food to support us. I collected more seeds and then with Rocky's help, expanded the farm at our house. That way, no one would go hungry. I started talking to Rocky about how close I felt to unlocking the diamond dimension.
Yeah, that's great. We all believe in you and stuff. You just have to stay strong for all of us, okay?
I still needed to locate where the pearl was. I feel something happening. What's going on? Ugh. I was inside of a weird room and standing before me was the diamond pearl. Where was I though? Why was I here? Ugh. What just happened? Rocky asked me what was wrong, and I told them I knew where the pearl was. I have to go there now. On days 60 to 62, I began to teleport through the world on the way to the pearl's location. I didn't know where it was, but something was calling to me, and I followed in the direction. I arrived at what seemed to be a large door with pedestals in front of it. There were 3 of them that were empty. I heard rumblings, and a large ender golem appeared in front of me. Who are you?
I am the guardian of the Diamond Pearl. I have I've been waiting for you for a long time.
The golem told me that he was sent here by the ancient Enderman to protect the pearl from anyone who tried to obtain it. So how will I be able to get inside then? I have to get the pearl to save the world.
You have already acquired 2 of the special diamonds, but you must find the final one.
He told me that if I equipped the pedestals with the diamonds, it would open the door. Okay, I placed my diamonds on the pedestal and then asked where the final one was. The golem told me on an island far away from here. I have to act fast. I thanked the golem for his help and teleported off to find the final diamond.
Final diamond? Poor Diamond Enderman. I shall get that before you.
On days 63 to 65, I traveled to the large island the golem had told me about. I teleported up the slope of the island, and standing in front of me was Kreeft. What are you doing here?
I can ask you the same thing. This was my home before Octo found me.
I gave Kreeft the chance to surrender and allow me to pass. I'm so much stronger than you are now, and we don't have to fight.
I will never give up. The ancient diamond will be ours.
He jumped at me, and we started a fight. Thankfully, I was able to avoid most of his attacks with my teleportation. That ground slam is starting to get real old, you know. He slammed the ground again, launching me into the air, but I was able to teleport to the ground. This seemed like the perfect time to use my dragon charge. Man, I forgot I had this thing. I threw it at him, and the effects slowly started to weaken him. It was clear he was unable to fight anymore.
You will never stop Octo.
I hit him with the final strike and took him down. I felt stronger, and I upgraded into my final form. I was a larger Diamond Enderman with 30 hearts. I don't think Octo will stand a chance against me now. I saw a temple and figured it held the final diamond. On days 66 to 68, I entered the structure on the island and saw the final diamond standing in front of me. Oh man, Mysticus is gonna be so proud of me.
Step away from the diamond, Fozo.
I turned to see he was standing behind me. What are you doing here?
I am here for the diamond, so don't try and stop me.
Mysticus, I wouldn't try to stop you. I thought we were working together. Mysticus told me that he believed he was the one destined to save the world, not me. What are you talking about? I'm the Diamond Enderman. We could work together to stop this. Can't you see?
It should have been me. I should have been the Diamond Enderman. Why do you get to be so special? I should be the one to save the world.
Mysticus, stop. What are you doing? He began to attack me, summoning magic from his staff. I tried to dodge the attacks, but they were so powerful. The attacks hit a large area of the room, and I knew I was outmatched. I was weak, and I couldn't fight anymore. I had to watch as Mysticus took the diamond and left. How could I have let him take the final diamond? I'd failed the entire world. I don't know what he's planning on doing with it, but all I know is I have to stop him to protect everyone. I headed back to my base, and when I arrived, I was feeling so defeated.
It's not your fault, Diamond Endy. How could you have known he was evil?
Yeah, Fozo, you can't blame yourself. You don't know everything.
Man, I should have seen this coming. Rocky told me none of it mattered while I still had the blaze rod. He wouldn't be able to create the eye. Yeah, I know. You're right. And this actually gave me an idea. Maybe something at that pyramid would help me fight back against them. I headed off toward the pyramid.
Yeah, so this is where he's been hiding.
On days 72 to 74, I entered and looked around for anything that could be of use to me. Nothing seemed to be different about this place though, but I didn't give up hope. I continued to search.
Only the Diamond Enderman shall enter.
Oh, about that.
Ah!
Suddenly, there were large rumblings from inside the pyramid. I noticed that things were starting to change. I looked up and noticed that the top had become covered in diamonds once again. I heard mummers and turned around to see an Enderman Titan, the same one that brought me into this world.
I am proud of what you have accomplished.
But I haven't done anything. Look around. I feel like every time I take a step forward, something drags me 2 steps back. How am I supposed to be destined for this world if I can't even do anything right?
You have nothing to fear.
The Titan told me that I must not give up hope, for the power is still inside of me. And what is that supposed to mean? Doesn't matter. I need to head back to my base, and fast. On days 75 to 77, I noticed that something was off. There was no sight of anyone. Rocky, Mixon, where are you guys?
If you want to see your friends again, you will hand over whatever you have obtained for the Diamond Eye of Ender.
Octo, how did you find my base? And how do you know about the eye? He told me that he knew more than I thought and wanted the blaze rod immediately. I'm not giving you anything until you tell me where my friends are.
They are safe, but I will not return them until you hand over the blaze rod.
Oh man, I was conflicted. I couldn't let any harm come to them. They had never done anything wrong. But if I gave him this blaze rod, it surely would mean the end of the world. No, what do I do?
You can do it. You can save our world.
Man, I didn't have a choice. He doesn't have the pearl, so everything should still be safe. Fine, I dropped him the blaze rod. Now return my friends. Octo picked up the blaze rod and laughed as he walked out of my base. My friends reappeared. Oh, thank goodness. But still, Octo had exactly what he needed.
How could you do that? Surely the world is doomed now.
Calm down, Rocky. He still doesn't have the diamond pearl, so there's nothing to fear for now. And plus, how could I let him kill my only friends in this world?
Thank you for saving us.
Rocky agreed with Mixon and thanked me for not letting Octo take them. I was glad to see everyone was back. Now listen, guys, we don't have much time. I need to get both the pearl from Mysticus and the blaze rod from Octo. We began to formulate a plan to obtain both of them.
Now, to find that blaze rod.
I see you hand-delivered the pearl for me.
That wish is mine, Octo.
So, if we do all of that, then everything should go according to plan.
Wait, I can sense something terrible was happening at the pyramid. Mysticus was in trouble. Oh no. I quickly teleported away.
Well, that did not go according to plan.
On days 81 to 85, I made it back to the pyramid to see Mysticus and Octo fighting. Octo was overpowering him. Before I could step in, he took Mysticus down and grabbed the pearl, combining it with my diamond blaze rod. As he combined them, he vanished, leaving just the diamond eye of Ender on the pedestal. I rushed to Mysticus' side, who said,
What have I done? You must stop him, Diamond Enderman.
He apologized for everything that he did. He just said that he wanted to be the chosen one.
Just wanted to be a better Enderman.
No. Mysticus, you just need a rest, okay? But he told me it was the end for him.
I believe in you.
Mysticus passed, and I quickly grabbed the diamond eye of Ender. And in a massive flash of light, I was transported to the diamond dimension. I saw Octo. Oh, no, you don't. He was racing toward the ancient diamond. I tried to teleport in front of him, but I was too late. He grabbed the diamond and began to make his wish.
I wish for this world to be flooded so all land creatures would pay for the way they treated me.
There was a large blast of light, and I was unable to do anything. On days 86 to 90, I was returned to the world, but the place looked totally different. Everything was flooded. Octo had everything that he wanted. I slowly made my way back to base, teleporting from high ground to high ground. If I touched any of this water, I was done for. When I got to base, all of the villagers and my friends were on top of the roofs. The flooding must be everywhere. I reunited with my friends. Thankfully, they all had made it. I'm just glad you guys are okay. I was worried that you would not make it through the flood.
It was a struggle, but we managed to climb to safety.
I told them how Mysticus had died and how I was clearly unable to stop Octo.
How are we going to solve this? It appears as though the water is rising.
I don't know, but we have to figure something out, guys. We just have to. I looked down and noticed that the water level had risen since we started to talk. Oh no, I'm running out of time. I told them about my encounter with the Enderman Titan and what he had said. I guess all hope really is lost.
The power is inside you.
The power is inside of me? I just didn't understand what he meant. How was the power inside of me all along? Wait a second. I'm a diamond Enderman. In a flash of light, another ancient diamond appeared in front of me. What?
How did you do that?
The power was inside of me, just like the Enderman had said. There weren't just one ancient diamond, but two.
Okay, sure.
I didn't have time to explain. I needed to get to the diamond dimension and get everything back to normal. On days 95 to 99, I arrived back at the pyramid, but this time it was totally flooded. I had to think quickly of how I would be able to get inside without dying. As I was trying to come up with a plan, I heard a familiar voice.
What are ye doing?
I'm gonna restore this world to what it was before. You're a monster for what you have done. Octo said this was everything he had ever worked for, and there was no way he was gonna let me undo it. Yeah, we'll see about that. We began to fight, and I felt stronger than I ever was before.
Ye will fail this world like ye already have.
I refused to listen to him and kept on fighting. Everything was counting on me to not give up. I hit him back as much as I could, trying to buy time. Suddenly, he pushed me into the water. I was losing hearts quickly. I had only one shot at this. I teleported inside the temple and swam toward the eye. It hurt, but I had to press on. Come on, Fozo. You can do this. I grabbed the eye.
No!
It was day 100, and I was back inside the diamond dimension. I began to hurry toward the pedestal the ancient diamond was placed on before. I was tired and low on hearts, but I knew everything was close to...
Where do you think you're going?
He had followed me through the portal. Oh no. Our fight continued, and I was on the verge of death.
You will never win while I still breathe.
I felt so weak. How was I going to be able to survive through this? Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and a beam shot towards myself and Octo, causing an explosion. It hurt him, but healed me. I turned to see Mysticus was standing there. Mysticus, you're back.
You must save this world, Fozo. I'm sorry for what I've done.
I accepted his apology, and he faded away. I kept fighting using everything I had on Octo. From throwing blocks to my diamond explosion ability, I can tell that I was starting to weaken him.
Tis not possible. Ye cannot win.
I'm fighting for everyone on Earth, Octo. I will never give up. I shot another diamond explosion at him, and it defeated him.
No!
I did it. The flood. I quickly placed the ancient diamond. I wish for the world and everything and everyone inside of it to be restored. In a flash of light, I was back at my unflooded base, and all my friends were there. The world had been saved. On day 1, I spawned in as a baby lava enderman. I looked around and saw a bunch of goblin miners attacking my home and taking the lava from the nether.
Find the lava, Enderman, and get some lava. The boss wants all of it.
Son, you're here. We must go now. They found us.
Dad? What's going on? A goblin approached us, but I threw lava at him? Whoa. Okay, time to run. We started to make a run for it, but quickly realized there was no escape. We were surrounded.
Listen to me. Whatever you do not let them capture you. You possess a lava heart that is very powerful. I love you, son. Be brave and run.
Wait, Dad! But it was too late. My father ran in as a distraction and was quickly killed. No! From my anger, I teleported away from the goblins. I can't just let this slide. I have to secretly follow these goblins and find out more information on why they destroyed my home. On day 2, I followed them to a new world. I looked and saw that they were all gathered around.
You know who I'm looking for.
Where is the lava enderman?
Extractor. We couldn't capture him, but we obtained the nether lava.
The punishment for failure is death.
This must be their boss, the guy that is behind all of it.
We all know the heart that lies within the Enderman is the key to our success. With it, us miners shall be granted unlimited power and resources.
My heart is that powerful? And they want it? That's the reason they attacked and killed my dad. This makes me so angry. Out of my anger again, I teleported in the middle of the crowd. Hi?
Get him!
I tried to run away as fast as I could, but there were too many of them. Out of nowhere, though, poofed a drop bear.
Come with me, now!
The drop bear killed one of the goblins and escorted me away from the mining post. We ventured outward. Is this really what the overworld looks like?
Not exactly. It used to be much safer.
My new friend introduced himself as Rao. He then went on to explain how the goblins have went around the world and stripped it from most of its lava and resources. Homes destroyed, villages completely poor, everyone everyone looked like they were affected for the worst. But why lava? And what do they need it for? Ral told me it was so they could power up all of their equipment. Lava was their main energy source. Oh man, if we don't do something about this soon, the Nether will also be a totally dried out wasteland. We kept walking until we reached what looked to be a makeshift camp.
Welcome to our home.
I looked and saw another drop bear approach us. Ryle introduced me to his wife and explained how they used to live in very hot caves, but because of the goblins, they were forced above ground in the cold.
This temperature is slowly killing us, Fozo. As drop bears, we need heat. If things don't change soon, we won't make it.
Don't worry, Ral. I'll find a way to put an end to all of this. He thanked me and threw me some starter tools. I got them and went out to get some materials. Once I got some wood and stone, I made myself a house at the camp. This place will do just fine.
Now that I think of it, I think I saw a lava temple a few biomes over. Maybe it's connected to you.
It's worth a shot. Thanks for the help. On day 4, I reached a large structure. I think this has to be the place. I slowly made my way inside, making sure that there weren't any goblins ready to strike. Once I realized the coast was clear, I made my way through. I saw a giant painting in front of me. Wait, is that me? What am I doing above all of those people? Am I meant to be their savior? I looked down and saw a book. I started to read through it. It said that the lava Enderman will replenish the world's thirst and hunger from greed. Once he is fully able to use his heart's full potential, all will be saved. I wanted to read more, but it looked like the pages were ripped out. Great. Where am I supposed to find those? I picked up the book just in case I may need it later.
Put your hands up, Enderman!
In front of me were a bunch of goblins. Okay, no more running. It's time to fight. We clashed. I couldn't fully control my teleportation yet, so I kept randomly teleporting around. This is so annoying. I then used my new sword, taking down each goblin with ease. All but one? Well, looks like he got away. Because I defeated them, I upgraded to a full-size lava Enderman. And look at that, I have 10 hearts now. Whoa, what is this? A lava blast? Sweet. I better head back to camp to share the news.
Sir, the lava Enderman, he's learning and growing stronger.
You fool! Why can't you goblins do one thing right? Send out all of our men and capture him at once. Once we have his heart, the machine will be ready to operate.
Yes, sir.
I promise, brother. I'll finish what we started.
On day 5, I was venturing back to my camp. Is that my stomach? I guess. I forgot I have to eat. Thanks to my adult size, it looks like I can teleport around at will now. I used my newly mastered ability and teleported to a village. I was about to grab some crops from it, but after a quick glance, I realized this village was extremely poor and barren.
Wait, is it true? The lava Enderman is real!
Wait, you know who I am?
I have read many books about you and your prophecy.
I told the villager that he seemed tired. He told me that him and the rest of his people were, because the goblins were taking most of the resources. They can't trade anything without emeralds. Man, life has been really hard for everyone. I promised the villager that I'll find a way to reverse this, and left. As I was leaving, I saw 2 piglins? Wait, what are you guys doing in the overworld?
Ha! Those stupid goblins! They took all the lava from the Nether! I've never met anyone more greedy before in my life!
I mean, we are kind of like that with gold.
Shut up!
They went on to explain that the Nether is completely drained now because of the lack of lava. The temperatures dropped drastically.
The extractor's rage is growing by the second.
I offered them a place to stay. Because of it, they gave me a nether sword. Sweet. They also gave me some food from the nether that supposedly supplies heat. Oh, Ral will love this. Come on, guys. Let's go. On day 6, I arrived back at camp with my new piglin friends. Ral walked up to me. He seemed very unsure about letting nether mobs stay at his home. The piglins quickly got angry at his comments and also didn't like him. They started to fight each other.
You want to fight, huh?
Yeah, take that, pal!
Stop it! Stop it! Guys, we need to remember, we have a common enemy right now. Stay focused. They both apologized and agreed. Now that that's handled, I started to make us a farm. With these nether crops, hopefully they can help Ral and his wife stay warm. They all thanked me, but our celebration was cut short to the sounds of explosions and machinery going off in the distance. That has to be the goblins. Guys, stay here and don't leave camp. I'll be back, I promise. On day 7, I followed the noises until I I entered a large mining structure. There was a full operation going on here with mining holes and machines everywhere. I can't let these goblins do this. Time to put an end to it. I teleported in and they were shocked. Some ran in and tried to attack and capture me. These guys were definitely a lot stronger than the last ones I fought, especially when they're higher in numbers. But I was actually putting up a fight. Look at me go.
Look at who finally decided to show his face.
You! I know what you're doing. Taking all the resources from the world, it's wrong and needs to stop now.
You giving me orders? How cute. We will have your heart whether you like it or not.
Oh yeah? Come and get it. We fought, and he instantly took away half of my hearts. Oh no, this guy's strong. One more hit and I'm dead. I was at half a heart.
I give you credit for trying, but time to end this.
No! I used the remaining strength I had and teleported out. I don't feel so well. Where am I? I slowly looked around and realized I was in someone's house.
Oh, good, you're awake.
I gotta get out of here right now. The goblin calmed me down, though. He told me he didn't agree with the extractor's ways and was trying to help me. Him and his men are out searching for me right now. He found me and took me in. Yeah? Why should I believe you?
Listen, man, I kind of saved your life. If I wanted to, I could have had you killed.
You know what? You're right. Thank you. He told me his name was Gobby and said he was forced to work as a goblin miner at a young age. He hated it. We went on a walk as he explained the origin of goblins. He told me that goblins were never liked by anyone. They were always banned from every civilization out there, so they made their own. I see. What's the deal with the extractor?
Oh, him? No one really knows where all of his anger and greed comes from, but there have been plenty of rumors surrounding his origin.
We then stopped, and he threw boots on the ground in front of me.
The other goblins found these nether boots while searching for you. Thought you would want them.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. I put them on and started to feel a lot better. I thanked Gobby for all of his help and headed back towards camp. I returned to the camp and found that the nether crops had fully grown. Great. Now everyone will have more food to eat. Here, Ral, have some more of the food. He ate some of it and looked more energetic than before.
Thanks, Fozo. I'm a whole new drop bear. I can't wait to give these to my wife as well.
Thanks to his newfound energy, Ral told me he may be able to find the other missing pages of the book.
But first, I'm gonna need something to help with my research.
He then said that he needed an ancient scanner. This will show us what the pages used to be before they got taken out.
Bring me one from an ancient library, not too far from here. With that, reading this book will be a piece of cake.
If we can find these pages, hopefully I can find out more about my heart and the extractor's motives. He told me where to find the library, and I left the camp to begin my journey. On days 11 to 12, I made it to the ancient library. Whoa, this place was huge. I wonder how I'm gonna find a scanner here. I walked around the library, but couldn't find it anywhere. I made it to the center and found a person there looking through the books. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know where an ancient scanner is, would you?
I actually do. As a librarian, I have one scanner left.
That's great. I asked the librarian if I could have it, and he said yes, but he needed some help first.
My books of machine technology have gone missing. Please retrieve them for me.
He walked out of the library with me and pointed me towards a direction. I noticed footsteps that led out of the library. The librarian told me that he would have followed the tracks, but was too old and weak to go out.
If you return my books, I'll be more than happy to give you the scanner.
You've got a deal. I followed the tracks out of the library and started tracking the missing books. I continued following the tracks until I found some pages on the ground. I picked them up and read them. An introduction to building machines? I knew that these were pages to the machine technology books. I noticed that there were more pages and it led to a weird hideout. Wait, is this owned by the goblins? They took these books, but why? There were a lot of goblins here and I didn't have time to start an all-out fight. So I decided to use my Enderman powers to sneak around the hideout and find the books. I teleported around, avoiding all the goblins until I finally reached them. Yes, now I can get the scanner from the library. I collected the books, but noticed a strange painting behind them. The painting revealed a giant machine. So that's why the goblin needed these books. I teleported out of the hideout and made my way back to the ancient library. Whatever that machine was, it had the extractor written all over it. I wonder what it could be, though.
So, you want me to bring you this lava Enderman?
Yes, once you do that, you will be paid handsomely.
Consider it done.
On days 15 to 16, I returned to the ancient library and gave the librarian his books.
Oh, thank you. The scanner is all yours.
Score. Now, Raul can use this for our book. I thanked the librarian and left. As I walked out, there was a strange man waiting for me outside.
Name's Blackjack, and you're coming with me.
He told me that the extractor sent him to come capture me. Listen, buddy, I'm not going anywhere with you. Now, please leave now.
Guess we're doing it the hard way.
He used his flintlock pistol and shot his bullets at me. I teleported away from them and had no choice but to fight back. I charged at Blackjack, but he dodged and knocked me aside. This guy was strong. I already lost 5 hearts from 1 hit. Blackjack shot his pistol and I teleported away from the bullets. Somehow, he knew where I was going to teleport and shot me with his pistol. These bullets are no joke. I didn't want to continue fighting, so I teleported away from the area.
Run all you like, Enderman. I promise I will find you.
I teleported in front of my camp. That was a close one.
Bozo, you're hurt. What happened?
I told Raul not to worry about me and handed him the ancient scanner.
I'll get back to work on the book.
After eating some of the crops, I realized that I needed to get some upgrades. I'm gonna need to be prepared if I ran into Blackjack again. I left the camp and ventured into a cave in search of iron. From the looks of things, mostly all caves were already stripped. Thanks for your generosity, goblins. Thankfully, I managed to find scraps of iron inside of the cave. There was enough iron for me to craft myself an iron chestplate. This will protect me for now, but I knew finding more nether armor would better protect me. Suddenly, there was a loud rumbling deeper in the cave. What was that noise? I decided to go deeper inside to investigate. On days 19 to 20, I followed the sound of the rumblings, and it led me to what looked like a dig site. I walked to the edge of the site, and there was a giant hole. It looked like the hole led all the way to bedrock. Okay, I gotta be careful. I looked around the site, and there were no ores anywhere.
Hello? Is anyone there? Help me!
Who is that? I followed the voices and turned to see cages that were full of villagers. I walked over to them and asked what they were doing here. One of them told me that they needed money and found this place was full of emeralds. They tried to extract some, but the goblins came and didn't like what they were doing. The villagers have been imprisoned here ever since. The villager wished the goblins never existed. Why? What led you guys to hate them so much? The villager said this all started because of the extractor and his brother. Wait, his brother? He has a brother? I freed the villagers and told them to leave before the goblins came back. One villager thanked me and they quickly left the dig site. There was nothing else for me to collect, so I decided to leave the site as well. Man, hopefully Raul has some new information on the missing pages. Maybe it'll connect to the extractor's brother. As I made my way out of the dig site, Blackjack showed up in front of me.
I told you I'd find you.
He immediately shot his pistol again and hit me with his bullets. Luckily, my new iron chestplate protected me from them. Okay, this time, I'm not running. I teleported behind Blackjack and knocked him away from me. That didn't do too much damage to him, and he sliced me with a blade.
No more playing easy.
He tried to slice me again, but this time, I was ready for him and teleported away from the attack. I used my nether sword and sliced Blackjack, but that only made him angrier. Oh, no. Blackjack pulled his shotgun out and shot me to the ground. I was hanging on 5 hearts and needed to get out, but he stood over me with his shotgun.
I got you. Time to go see the extractor, Lava Enderman.
On days 24 to 26, Blackjack and I arrived at the extractor's base. He took me to a cage and knocked me into it. I tried to teleport out, but was too weak to do it.
You're not going anywhere, Enderman. Ha ha! Now I can finish my work.
Do you mean you and your brothers?
What did you just say?
I told him that I knew he had a brother. Why? Why are you doing this?
Things were much different. When I was young, my mother took care of my brother and I as any mom would. But we had no food, no resources, nothing. We asked for anybody to help, but no one did. Because of it, my mother died. This forced my brother and I to fend for ourselves. We made our way into the caves in search of food, in search of anything. But what was waiting for us? Goblins. They took us in when no one else could and raised us until eventually we let them. We were sick of not having what we deserved, so we started to take resources from caves and random fields. But the people above ground didn't like that. They killed my brother, taking the last piece of family I had left. So now I'm gonna take everything from them, which led me to you and your heart.
The extractor told me that it was the key to everything to bring his plan into fruition.
Soon you will be dead. Then the world will know what it's like to have nothing.
No, stop. Please, just listen to me. Stop. You can't do this. I was trapped, and the extractor was gonna take my heart and ruin the world. Could it get any worse? I tried to teleport out of the walls, but something was stopping me. Why can't I?
You know, those are teleport-proof walls, my friend.
It was Gabi. Why are you here? Gabi then let me out of the cage. He really is a good goblin.
We need to get you out of here before the extractor comes back, all right?
We quickly made our way out of the camp and avoided any goblins. Once we were at a safe distance, I had enough strength to teleport us back home. We appeared in front of the camp, and Gabi was hesitant to come inside.
I don't know, Fozo. Are you sure it's okay for me to be here? You know I'm a goblin, right?
Hey, it's fine. You're my guest, and anyone that has a problem with that will have to answer to me. I decided to build Gabi a house to make him feel a part of the community. Suddenly, the piglins showed up and started messing with them. Hey, back off. Gabi is our guest here. Deal with it. The piglins left Gabi alone, but didn't seem happy about it.
Yeah, you know, thanks, Fozo. Really appreciate it.
You know, it's the least I could do.
I was able to find the location of the next missing page.
He said that it was located at a temple not far from here, so I immediately left to go get it.
I will find you, Lava Enderman. Just you wait.
On days 30 to 32, I arrived at a temple? Jeez, how many are there in the world? Anyways, I walked inside, hoping it would have what I was looking for. Aha! There it is! A missing page! I decided to start reading. It has been said within the lava heart lies unlimited power. It could either be the downfall or the savior. Talk about weight on your shoulders. If my heart obtains unlimited power, then that must be why the goblins want it. They want my heart to power something. A machine. But what? I put down the page and saw that there was also another chest plate. Sweet. I put it on and felt a lot stronger. I had 5 more hearts and could make myself bigger? What? Oh, phew. Looks like it's only temporary. Maybe that will be useful some point down the line. Anyways, time to go back home to share the news.
Hey, where's my money? I earned it.
He escaped. You aren't getting anything. Now leave before you regret it.
No, I promise you will be the one to regret this.
Perfect. With our newly made potion, you all should be stronger. Soon this world will be ours.
As I made my way back to camp, I noticed a fire nearby. I ran over to see what was going on, and I found a village that was being attacked by goblins. They were using some strange machines to destroy the villagers' homes. This was the same village that the piglins came from. Something was different about these goblins, though. They were way bigger than before. The extractor must have upgraded them somehow. The goblin was about to smash a villager, but I teleported and blocked the attack. Ouch! They're much stronger than before, too. Well, 2 could play at that game. I used my new Enderman ability and grew larger than the goblins. I then used my nether sword to slash down the first goblin. The other goblin got more angry and charged at me. I teleported out of the way and he ran into a wall. I diced up the attacking goblin and the other goblins ran away. Yeah, you better run. I shrunk back to my normal size and the villagers thanked me for saving them. Of course, guys. I'm just glad I can help. On days 36 to 38, I finally made it back to camp. I looked around and noticed that Raoul and his wife were working on the farm.
We have been busy at work since we had that energy burst. Thanks again for that.
Of course. I went on to tell Raoul about everything I have learned.
You are definitely onto something, but sadly I got bad news for you.
Raoul then told me that the so-called ancient scanner was a piece of junk and broke on him. Well, I guess it wasn't so ancient after all.
If you want more info, we gotta find another way.
Great. I was walking back towards my house when a piglin stopped me.
Hey, I overheard your conversation and had an idea. Maybe you can visit the nether.
Hey, you're right. If I go back to where all of this started, there has to be more information there waiting for me. I thanked the piglin and headed my way off to the nether. I finally returned back to my home, and it was in terrible condition. Everything was dried out, and there was no lava in sight. I looked back at where my father was killed. I promised, Dad, I'll avenge you. I made my way to the castle and and went inside. Okay, I did not like what I saw. There were piglins inside, but they all looked so weak. Too weak to even put up a fight.
Well, stop! Who goes there?
He tried to attack me. Hey, stop that. He kept attacking me until he finally stopped and realized it was me.
The Piglin King will probably want to see you.
The two of us entered the throne room where the Piglin King was waiting for us.
Bozo, you seem troubled. What brings you back here?
I asked the king if he knew anything about my lava heart, and he said that he did.
I thought it was just a legend, but it seems that your heart is the key to saving the world. Everyone is starting to lose a lot of faith.
Yeah? Well, we need to restore it. I asked them how, and the king told me that I needed to travel to the center of the Nether.
Only there will you find what you are looking for.
On days 42 to 44, I was out looking for the center of the Nether. What could possibly go wrong? I landed and looked around. What is this place? It had to be the place I was looking for. It looked much different than the rest of the dimension. I kept walking forward until a giant Nether beast appeared in front of me. Who are you?
Dare speak to me that way. It is I, the god of the Nether.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Listen, I need your help. The Nether God told me he knew all about who I was, as well as my destiny. My destiny? So you know what's gonna happen?
Yes, but that is for you to find out. And that heart is the key to all of it. Once it is at full capacity, it should restore all of this dreadfulness.
Okay, well, how do I do that?
You must amplify it. I mustn't give you the amplifier, but here is a book that shall give you everything you need.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I left the Nether God's presence, and on my way out of his domain, I saw another helmet and lava course. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I took this, right? I put it on and headed out. I returned to the Nether Castle and gave the castle guard the lava course. Use this to heat up the kingdom, all right? It should help out, even if it's only temporary. I looked around and saw all of the piglins losing energy fast. We should heat this place up. The guard and I walked over to their core room and placed the lava cores inside. The entire kingdom suddenly transformed and was fully functional again.
Thank you, Fozo. You remind me of your father with your kindness.
You knew my father? The king told me that he and my father were good friends before his death.
I just want you to know that your father would be proud of everything you're doing.
Thank you, your highness. I really needed to hear that.
Speaking of your father, I think you should have this.
The king gave me an amulet and told me that this was a fire amulet. Suddenly, I felt stronger and I gained 10 more hearts. Maybe dad wanted me to have this when I was born. I thanked the king for giving me the amulet and made my way out of the Nether. On days 48 to 50, I exited the portal. Okay, back here. I gotta be careful to not be spotted leaving. I slowly but surely made my way out of the extractor's base, but noticed something. Something huge. My questions were all just answered. This giant machine, this is what the extractor has been working on the entire time. It wasn't just a machine. It was a giant drill aiming right down towards the core of the world. The extractor then slammed down right in front of me.
I have sent my men searching throughout all the lands just for you to walk right to my front door.
Is this really what you have had planned? Listen, what you're doing is wrong. Do you really think your brother or mother would be proud?
They would be amazed. Listen, join me. Let my dream become a reality. I know a way we can do this without you dying. I shall grant you all the resources you desire.
No, I will never join you. The extractor got angry and rushed at me. We fought, and thanks to my new upgrades, I was actually able to take more of his hits. I grew into a bigger size, and my attacks looked like they dealt way more damage. He started to call in his goblin minions, and I knew that it was time to go. I quickly teleported out just in time.
I will make this machine with or without that Enderman's heart. Get to work!
I returned to the camp and noticed that there were more houses inside. I didn't build these. Ral came up and told me he added these houses.
I found these people wandering close by. They said their home was destroyed.
Hey, aren't those the guys that I saved earlier?
Yeah, we tried to rebuild our homes, but had no resources. Please, help us.
Of course. Welcome to your new home, guys. The villagers thanked me for letting them stay. As they were leaving, I showed Ral the Nether book. I told them that this book could help us stop the extractor.
So instead of of the extractor using your heart against us, we can use it against him.
Exactly. The only problem is that I don't know where to find the pieces to the amplifier.
I'm sorry, but did you happen to say amplifier?
I told him yes, and the librarian said that he's heard about the amplifier and heard many rumors on the location of a piece. He pointed me to the direction, and I thanked him for his help and left for the piece. On days 54 to 56, I arrived at what looked like an ancient temple in the sky. Okay, better check this out. I teleported to the entrance and went inside. As I was walking in, I noticed an object that was in the middle of it and saw that it was a piece of the artifact. I quickly put it on myself, and I felt much stronger than I did before. Oh, look at that. I have 5 more hearts. Yep, it's working all right. I better test this out. I teleported back down to the surface and quickly looked for an empty lava pool. This one should do just fine. I used my newly found lava heart ability, and it fully refreshed the lava around the pool. Sweet. At full power, this should definitely restore everything. Wait, why do I feel so weak?
Alright, team. It's time we do this with or without that lava Enderman. Time for plan B. One way or another, we will use that drill.
On days 57 to 59, I opened my eyes and found myself in a strange world. Where am I?
Hello, my son.
Dad? I ran over and couldn't believe that he was right here in front of me. I told Dad that I missed him so much. It's great to see you.
You're doing good, but you need to be more careful.
He told me that the more I use my heart, the weaker I would become.
I know you want to save the world, but you have to find the other pieces of the amplifier first.
He told me that once that happened, the world would be restored to what it once was. What happens to me then? He said he wasn't so sure.
Whatever the case, I'm sure you'll be able to figure something out. Good luck.
I immediately woke up and realized that I was dreaming. I felt that my power was coming back now, though. Thank you, Dad. I'll be sure to be more careful when I use my lava heart. On days 60 to 62, I was on my way to base when I heard a bunch of screaming. What is going on?
Dude, we don't have any gold.
With where? We don't even like gold. I can literally see the gold. You're dropping it everywhere.
Oh no, they're in trouble. I teleported in and confronted Blackjack. Hey, leave him alone. Blackjack was shocked to see me. He thought for sure I'd be dead by the extractor's hands by now. It's very evident that all you care about is money, don't you?
Of course I do. It pays the bills.
Yeah, well, have you ever thought about what you were doing to get it? Look, you were killing and stealing from people. Don't you have any dignity? The Blackjack had enough and started fighting me. See? You know I'm right. Stop it. But he didn't listen, and we kept fighting. I used my magma block throw and hit him, weakening him.
How dare you judge me? Some people aren't as lucky as you and need to do what they can for a check.
I don't think that's true at all. I think you are better than this. You just haven't had anyone in your life to believe that. Well, guess what, Blackjack? I believe you're more than just a money grab. I got the piglins. Head back to camp now. I looked back at Blackjack one last time before turning over and heading out. The piglins and I finally made it back to the camp. Now you guys stay in the camp. You need to stop causing trouble for the rest of us.
What? Don't blame us.
Yeah, man. We're just a little homesick.
Homesick? Maybe it's time you guys went home then. I decided to take the piglins back to the Nether and bring them to the Piglin King. Hey, Your Highness, can you keep an eye on these two for me?
My sons, where have you been?
Dad, we were just visiting the overworld. Nothing special.
Wait, your sons to the Piglin King?
Yeah, dude. I thought you knew.
The king thanked me for bringing back his sons and told me that the lava cores didn't last long.
Hurry, Fozo. I don't think the Nether will last much longer.
On days 66 to 68, I was back in the overworld and saw how different everything looked. I haven't been gone that long. I looked around and saw a bunch of mining holes, devastated villages, and animals that looked starved from lack of food. The extractor has been hard at work. I have to do something about this before all of this becomes irreversible. As I kept walking, I heard mech noises. Oh no, that's not a good sign. I walked over and saw a small goblin camp hideout. They were riding mechs that looked a lot larger and more powerful.
Attack! It's the Enderman!
one of the goblins in the mech spotted me and started to charge. Oh, great. I teleported behind him and started to attack back. Because of my upgrades, I was able to teleport around now at ease. I got larger and was able to completely take down a mech as well. Sweet. But more of them appeared and started to hit me with their mining beams. I turned back into normal size and knew I had to run. As I was running away, I realized I picked up one of the mech suits when I was giant. Sweet. I know just the person who would want this. On days 69 to 71, I returned back home. Thankfully, it was just how I left it last time. Raul was with his wife and Gabi was out farming. Hey, Gabi, I got something for you. I ran over to him. Hey, so I was meaning to tell you.
What's the crops, man? All right, we all gotta eat somehow, you know.
Sorry. Look what I was able to get for you.
Is that?
It is your very own mech suit. Gabi freaked out and was amazed. He told me that he had always wanted one since he was a kid. Well, now you have one. Gabi's excitement slowly vanished. Hey, what's wrong? You were just excited a second ago.
If they were riding these mech suits around, that means the Extractus plan is close to finishing.
But that's impossible. They need my heart, don't they? Gabi told me that they did for infinite power, but that didn't mean they couldn't turn the drill on without it. Great. Well, that's not good.
Hey, if that drill turns on, Fozo, the entire world will be stripped of anything that is keeping it healthy. The Extractor will win.
No, I won't let him. There has to be something I can do. Come on, think, Fozo, think. That's it. Gabi, we have to blow up the machine and destroy it.
Oh, now you're talking. And I think I might know just the guy.
On days 72 to 74, Gabi and I reached a lab of sorts. We entered the lab and started to look around. It looked like it wasn't fully operational. I then followed Gabi up some stairs until we reached another room.
Hey, Gabi!
Tommy!
They started to talk and laugh until I joined the conversation and told Tommy why we were there.
So, you want a way to blow up the giant drill, huh? Well, it's gonna cost you.
Cost me what? Tommy started to show me around his base, and I quickly realized it was inoperable. Nothing was functioning or on. That would explain the look. Tommy told me that his lab hasn't been functioning since the Extractor and his goons started to go haywire and steal everything.
I heard you got a special heart there. If you refuel my laboratory, I will tell you what you need to know.
I quickly remembered that last time I used my heart, I almost passed out and died, but I had to do this in order to stop the goblins. Okay, Tommy, you have a deal. Come on. I took a breath in and quickly let out a burst of energy. The entire lab was now on and functioning. Oh, man. I felt a little out of it, but not as much as last time. I must be getting stronger.
Wait, here's what you need to know.
Tommy told me that there was an operating room in every machine. If we find it and destroy that room, we destroy the entire thing. Thanks, Tommy. Gabi and I headed out of the lab, but we're stopped again.
Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I saw a lava artifact in an empty volcano.
Thank you. We went off in search of the artifact. On days 75 to 77, Gabi and I reached a large volcano. Volcano? Check. No lava? Check. I teleported up to the top.
Hey, wait up. Great. I guess I'm walking.
All right, now to find the second artifact piece. I quickly started to look around the edge of the volcano, and there wasn't anything here. Inside of it was also completely empty. Wow, thanks a lot, Tommy. Suddenly, the entire volcano began to shake, and it appeared right in front of me. Oh, sweet. There you are. I quickly teleported over to it, and it attracted itself into my body. A huge surge of energy took over me, and I felt much stronger than before. Time to test this out. I teleported back to the edge of the volcano and used it on it, refilling it back to the way it was. Yep, it's getting stronger, all right.
I reached the top. Oh, look, you did it.
Yeah, I did. Now, come on, let's go home.
Wait, no, wait. Oh, man. I'll just meet him there. I need a nap.
On days 78 to 80, I was on my way back to camp when I heard a bunch of fighting. What's going on? I went over to see Blackjack, and he was fighting a bunch of goblins. It looked like he was completely surrounded. Was he defending a destroyed village? Looks like he's had a change in heart. I teleported in to help him out.
Fozo, I see you're finally joining the party.
Yeah, I thought I'd help a little. We fought side by side, each using our own abilities. Together, we were a lot stronger, and eventually we were able to take out all of the goblins together. Blackjack told me that he stole a bunch of the extractor's money, and these goblins followed him shortly after. Well, and here I am thinking you completely changed.
I listened to what you said, and I think you're right. I'll use this money to help other people. The world deserves another chance at redemption.
I'm glad to see that people can change, though. I told them about my new formed plan, blowing up the machine. The extractor told me that while he was stealing the money, he think he may have found the machine's operating room. That's great.
Here are the coordinates, Fozo. Again, thank you for helping me be a better person. Now go save the world.
Blackjack left. I will. I promise. On days 81 to 85, I arrived at the machine. Okay, I just need to follow these coordinates. I quickly teleported into the main doorway. Yes, this is it. Time to destroy you.
Oh, is that what you think?
The extractor was right behind me. Were you expecting me?
Do you really think I would let this room be unmonitored? Well, you were wrong. And now, there's no escape for you. One of us will be defeated today, and it won't be me.
The extractor charged at me and took away half of my health in one hit. Oh no, this guy is angry. I teleported around and tried to avoid his attacks, but he was starting to catch on. I have to get out of here. I made a run for it, but he caught up to me and slammed me to the ground with his club.
It was a valiant effort, Lava Enderman. You fought hard, and that I respect. But this is the end of the road for you. Now, it's time to fulfill my destiny. Yes, yes, everything is coming to plan, and there is no one who can stop me.
My head. Where am I? Am I dead? No, I failed. I let down everyone.
Not everyone.
He told me that we didn't fail. Not yet. What do you mean? Dad, I was defeated. That's it, okay? That was my only chance and I failed.
There is a way for you to return. You gathered 2/3 of the Lava Heart artifacts, correct?
I told him that I did. But even if I do return, the drill is gonna be on and I still can't defeat the extractor. I'd only return to get killed again. Suddenly, another soul appeared. It was the extractor's brother.
My brother is lost. Please help him see reality. He only sees a twisted version of our dream.
The brother told me they wanted to be successful, but not like this. He gave me a club and said it was his. If I gave it to the extractor, maybe he'll believe me.
If anyone can help him, it's you, Lava Enderman.
Now, hurry back quick and take this.
My dad threw me the last piece of my nether set, as well as the last artifact piece I needed.
Once combined, your heart shall be reborn. Go, son, make me proud.
I combined the last piece and felt stronger than I ever did. I had 5 more hearts and knew something was happening. On days 91 and 94, I spawned back as a new-looking Enderman. I was giant now. Sweet. I gotta make it back to camp fast. I hurried back, but everything looked different. It was being monitored by goblins.
I don't want to die. I miss you, Fozo.
Don't worry, I am here. I teleported in and started to fight off with the goblins.
Fozo!
Stay away from my friends. I used a lava blast and took them all out. My friends were amazed that I'd returned. I'm glad I'm back too. I need to go to the machine though. Now, they told me that the machine is already operating and the entire world is being stripped of everything it has. Okay, well, time to put an end to all of this once and for all. I can't do this on my own, guys. I need your help. Let's go. On days 95 to 99, we arrived at the machine and it was going off. This is insane. We all looked at each other and knew what had to be done.
Let's do this, guys.
Let's go! We charged in and all started to attack the goblins. Gabi was using his new mech suit and taking out all of them. Rao was using his drop bear brute force and slicing up one at a time. We were doing it. I used my large scale and lava abilities to take out chunks of them one by one. The machine still raged on though.
Bozo, we'll handle this. You need to stop the machine.
The Lava Enderman? Impossible!
Hello there, old friend. He quickly made his way inside the machine, and I teleported out following him. On day 100, I was inside the machine with the extractor right in front of me. This ends now.
You shouldn't be alive. This is not happening.
He rushed at me again, but thanks to my final upgrade, it gave me the upper hand I needed. I teleported around him with ease and started to hit him with my brute force strength. Thanks to my nether sword, it countered his club pretty easily. Listen, we don't have to do this. I talked to your brother. What you're doing is wrong, and he believes that.
How? How would you know?
Because I have this. I pulled out the club and threw it on the ground in front of him.
How did you?
I told you, everything I'm saying is true. Your brother, when you killed me, I talked to him. He thinks that you're filled with rage, and your once before dream is now twisted into something horrifying. The extractor slowly started to cry. You are more than this. Make your family proud and turn off the machine.
I can't believe this. I just wanted to be successful.
You still can be, but not like this. The extractor agreed and slowly turned over to turn off the machine. With a click, everything stopped. I quickly used my lava heart, and a burst of lava flew through the air. Cave systems, the nether, everything was restored, just like it should be.